Basically, my first ever makeup tutorial on YouTube is gonna be my everyday bronzy makeup look. And after doing my skin prep off camera, my complexion choice of the day is gonna be the Guerlain Terracotta Latent Glow. This shade is actually a bit lighter from my actual shade because my skin is still a little bit tanned from my previous Zumba trip. This skin tint is so good. My skin always got so many compliments while wearing this. To add some bronze back, I've been loving the NARS multiple. They have the sculpting stick, the blush, and the highlighter if I'm not mistaken. I just simply love their formula, even I use it on my nose. And I don't directly put it onto my nose. I would pick the product up with a brush and use it to define my nose. And to blend all the bronzer, I'm using the same brush that I use to blend my complexion. I just feel like it blends everything better. And then for the blush, I also use the multiple blush stick by NARS. I love their stick to powder formula. I like to build it layer by layer, still with the same brush as before. And I usually use my concealer after blush. I feel like this step makes my skin even more sculpted without having too much products on under your eyes. And I love to build my concealer instead of just swiping across onto my face. And just to add a little bit of freshness onto my face, I like to use a very light concealer. This is so bright. I use a teeny tiny portion just to dab onto my inner corner. And then after cream products, I would always sandwich my setting spray before putting on powder. But to keep in mind, to always use like a fan instead of letting it air dry because it made so much difference. Oh, and I use a glowier setting spray instead of the matte one. And then I'll be using my loose powder. This Huda Beauty Ube Birthday Cake loose powder is actually very matte. And as my skin is quite a bit combination, I would get greasy after like 5 hours on my T-zone area. I would only use this on my T-zone with a powder puff, and this will ensure that my under eye will stay matte for like the whole day. And I love the purple pigment as it creates that brightness, especially because I'm medium tan, and it completely blurs my skin out. It's one of my favorite powder, especially for you medium tan girlies. And to set the whole face, I would use this other loose powder by Guerlain, Parure Gold Diamond Skin Micro Powder in shade number 3. And I love to match it with my Hakuhodo powder brush. It's a natural fiber, so it picks the product up better. And what I love about this powder, it's so smooth. It contains pearls and gold, so it gives like a very beautiful glow while leaves the most beautiful and smoothest veil on your skin. And since it's Guerlain, it smells amazing. Not heavily fragranced, but it smells bougie. Just a peaceful, glamorous feeling while applying it. And the more that it sets, it's gonna look even better throughout the day. This is my skin up close. Only natural lighting because I really want you guys to see my actual skin with no effect and all. And I just love when the sun hits my face. So if I'm gonna replicate that look, the powder bronzer that I'll be reaching out for is gotta be the Guerlain Terracotta Sun-Kissed Natural Healthy Glow. I simply love how the color diffused. It doesn't leave like a blocky bronzer shade. And I might gonna get the darker shade. And for the powder blush, this YSL Beauty Make Me Blush, it's so underrated. I use it so often I broke it. It's so beautiful, it leaves like the most blurring effect. And to add like that final layer of perfection, my go-to is gotta be the MAC Powder Foundation. Actually, I miss the old formula, but the new one still works better than other powder foundation, especially in Jakarta climate. So I just love that it leaves like the most flawless of blur. Like it blends your makeup with the most flawless veil. And to set everything, my favorite makeup setting spray has always been Urban Decay All Nighter. For some people, it smells funny, but it's still my favorite one. I've been using it since high school actually. Don't forget to fan it out as always. And for the eyes, I'll be very simple today. I'm using the Lash Sensational Skytube Mascara by Maybelline. I love tube mascara. My eyes are quite sensitive. This mascara is so easy to remove, yet it totally smudge proof throughout the day. It just simply give like a very light lift while giving that dark color and definition to my lashes. It doesn't give like a crazy volume, but it's more than enough for me actually. But I simply just love how it looks. As it lifts my lashes up all day, I'll be adding extra cluster lashes. I use something very light, not too bold. And I just love glue lash eyelashes like this because it's so easy to remove. And then to add a little final touches, this highlighter by Tom Ford Beauty actually reminds me of the old Becca highlighter. This shade reminds me a lot of the Champagne Pop. If you want to add like extra blindingness, you'd want to like spray your brush a little bit, but on its own it just leaves like the most beautiful glow. And then I went on and fixed my hair. I love to add lipstick like right before I leave. And these are my three combination. I love to overline my lip just a little bit using something a little bit darker than my main lipstick color. My regular go-to nude shade is this Teal Magnolia by Tom Ford Beauty. Love the formula, love the color, and I love how it doesn't dry out my lip. And to add a little bit of final touches, I add a dab of lip gloss to add a shine to finalize my makeup. I just love this look because it emphasizes my natural medium tan skin that I have. And thank you for staying throughout the video and watch me yap about my makeup. And tell me what should I make next time. Thank you, bye-bye.